So yeah, beauty has become actually it hasn't become anything. It's been at the forefront for years. And today we're going to be talking about someone that is a guru in beauty inside and out. Not only is she talking about helpful ways to enhance your beauty, but also helpful ways on how to internally work on yourself.
Yeah.
She is a friend of mine through, of course, the brand, which I've been so lucky to have and to just, I don't know, come across these fantastic people. And I'm glad to have her here. So I feel like it ties into what's happening, at Black Girl Sunscreen because she's talking so much about SPF.
Yeah. So, everyone,
Girl,
I'm so dramatic, y'all.
yes,
I'm so extra.
extra.
I'm so extra. Okay. We are giving fans an opportunity to immerse themselves in the sensational scent of vanilla. Black Girl Sunscreen whipped up a new batch of our beloved SPF 30 lotion. Our brand new limited edition vanilla cream SPF 30 is wrapped in new cream packaging. Infused with the sweet scent of vanilla, indulge in the sunscreen of your dreams. Made for the face and body, our lightweight formula dries clear, leaving no white cast behind. With the sun protector factor of 30, your skin will be protected from sunburns, hyperpigmentation, and fine lines. All the things you love about our OG BGS 30, but now available with a taste of sweetness. Now available on blackgirlsunscreen.com.
You made that sound really sexy. Like I need to have that right now.
Yes.
And when your voice goes a little bit deeper,
Ooh.
it's like, ooh, vanilla. Vanilla is one of those scents where it could be worn all year round from
Yep.
the summer to the fall,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just such a light, refreshing scent. There are not many vanilla scented sunscreens on the market, so Black Girl Sunscreen is really proud to introduce this to you all. So when you have the opportunity, go ahead and get that sexy vanilla scent for you, okay? And we'll be back with our guest. We have a beautiful soul sitting next to us, Frances.
Yes, we do.
Tell us about her.
Our special guest transcends the role of an influencer and TV host hailing from Beverly Hills.
From Beverly Hills.
She is a catalyst in empowering women and young girls to exude magnetic allure from within. A connoisseur of all things beautiful, she personifies class and modern femininity. As an esthetician, beauty guru, and on air expert, she has spent years empowering both her clients and her fans around the world to build their confidence and self esteem by putting their best face forward. Her substantial following on Instagram and TikTok reflects the authenticity with which she shares her knowledge, resonating with a diverse demographic. Notably, her collaborations transcend conventional influencer partnerships. They signify an alliance with an exceptional thought leader committed to elevating both herself and the brands she represents to their fullest potential. Please welcome to the show the magnetic Liz Kennedy.
Woo! We're gonna give you some
Wow, what
applause
a-
there, okay?
First off, that was definitely done by my marketing team. The whole Beverly Hills thing kind of skeeved me out.
Because that's not you.
I mean, I live in Beverly Hills. I'm definitely a California
Do you live in
girl,
Beverly
but
Hills or Brentwood?
Beverly Hills.
Okay.
But I grew up in New York, so I'm a diehard New Yorker. And then prior to that, Israel. So for me, I'm like, ugh, when you hear it, it just sounds so pompous, but I love California.
All right. Let's talk about Israel. Were you born there?
I was born in the U.S. and then I was raised in Israel till I was 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you born in New York?
Born in Queens.
Okay.
Born and raised there for about 2 years before we went to upstate New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what city in upstate?
Orange County, baby.
Mm-hmm. So Liz and I have that in common. We're both from the same county in New York. What are the odds, right? Like,
Yeah.
I always talk about our the world being small, but like us as individuals just growing and getting growing and getting bigger, and our networks kind of expanding.
Yeah, to be from the same area.
So do you remember when we met?
Yeah.
At a dinner, and Liz was like, "Woo, woo, woo, woo,"
I was like, "I love
across
your
the
products."
table, and it made me feel so good because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm in the room and it's just like, okay, you don't know who's who until the introduction comes, and then the intro comes, and you're just like, okay, somebody's familiar. Thank goodness.
So they did the intro, and Liz is like,
No,
"Woo,
I
woo,
did the intro myself, and
okay.
then Liz was like hooting and hollering,
Literally.
I love it.
which is great
Like, I
because
get so geeked out over people that love sunscreen. I don't know why.
Aw.
I saw one of your notes too. It just said, wear SPF today.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe your intention was to remind people to wear SPF, but also to just bring our attention somewhere else. But that could be me reading into it. So anyway, Liz, being from Israel,
Mhm.
right? So Liz Kennedy, is that your government name?
No, it actually worked out because it sounds like such a stage name, Liz
Mhm.
Kennedy. But my real name is Sivan Abu Khatsera,
Mhm.
which is actually a very Moroccan Sephardic last name. And my mom changed it. That's actually picked off Kennedy Airport, which is absolutely ridiculous, but that's how it was picked. And we would always joke that, like, when I was on QVC, I was selling Cindy Crawford skincare line. I looked like super white.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked out. And like, I would change personalities according to my name, but people would be like, this doesn't seem right. Like, your name doesn't really align with like your personality, and you speak Hebrew. Like, what's going on here? I'm like, well, it's not my real name.
So, who does anybody call you Sivan?
My entire dad's side, and my dad gets so like disgusted that my name is Liz Kennedy. He's like, that's disgusting, like screams in Hebrew. He's like, what kind of name is that? It's so gross. I'm like, oh God.
What
Here we go.
what would you have named yourself?
I love the name Sivan.
Sivan.
Yeah. It means the month of July in Hebrew.
Were you born in July?
Yeah.
Oh,
July
July
11th.
is such a special.
But are you
Cancer.
you have to be a
Cancer?
Cancer.
Yes.
I love cancers.
July
We're
18th.
very interesting, very tough, but very, very sensitive.
Very, yes.
Emo.
Yes.
You listen. You know how many cancers we've had on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Libra and Cancer, as friends, get along.
Yeah, my
And
son's
re-
a Libra. I love Libras.
In relationships, they don't.
Really?
Really?
Romantic relationships, no.
I'm always attracted to Aquarius because they're like kind of weird and detached.
Oh my God.
I love Aquarius.
I don't even know what month that is.
It is
it
awful.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is awful.
Yes, you're like awful. January.
It is awful.
My boyfriend's Aquarius and my ex-husband's Aquarius. It's
And
very weird.
Capricorns.
Oh,
I mean,
Capricorns,
you weren't turned off by that. Like you weren't like nervous about coming out of a relationship that signified certain characteristics and then going into a new one that potentially could have the same characteristics.
they're both great human beings.
Mhm.
So I think I'm attracting something right. But cancers are so emotional and so sensitive. And Aquarius can be like head in the clouds, rather
Mhm.
detached. It's a nice balance.
Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can be a little too detached, like do, but it works.
But so Liz, you came in here sparkling. Okay, are ready. You have some experience in this field. Talk to us about just how you became a host and before we get into the whole skin.
Yeah. So I actually fell into TV radio hosting completely by accident.
Is that why you came to LA?
Yeah. I was an esthetician in nursing school. I thought I wanted to work with surgeons side by side. I love blood. I love cutting things open, which most people don't, but I like seeing things transform. That's why I love skincare. You can literally see things transform if done consistently. And I was in nursing school and I was like, oh, fuck, I hate this. Like, I hate studying. I have the worst patience. I'm super ADD. I can't stand this. I felt like I wanted to do something different. And I started doing local shows like New York Live when that was really big on TV. Started doing that, started doing Access E, QVC for Cindy Crawford. And then the Steve Harvey show called me and they were like, hey, we have an opportunity. Steve just started a new show in California. This was after his Chicago show.
Mhm.
And I started doing a beauty segment on his show that was makeovers.
Mhm.
And it completely changed my life because I was helping women not just look better, but help them heal out of really, really messed up situations, emotional, physical abuse. And since I had dealt with that in my family, I felt like I could really relate to them. And I've always used beauty as a tool to elevate myself. And Steve was actually, he loves smoking cigars. And we were on a golf cart and he was telling me just how much he loved California. And he was like, "You're in beauty and entertainment. Like, why aren't you living out here?" And I was like, "Yeah, why am I not living out here?" And he's just such an inspiring person, and
He
he's
got
so
you to move
smart.
to LA.
He got me to move to
Oh,
LA.
shucks.
Yeah. And
Amongst other things,
it was
though, I
kind of
feel like
crazy.
this is
Yeah.
you had already built it up. But okay, so you come to LA, and now Liz Kennedy is Hollywood.
Hmm.
How does that go over with your New York crew and your family?
I still get made fun of all the time. I grew up really, really skinny with like big frizzy Jewish hair and over tweezed eyebrows. My mom doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't like cosmetic procedures. She doesn't wear high heels. We're very, very different. And she still always jokes. She's like, "I don't even know how this is my daughter." Like, she's very perplexed by it always. But I've always used beauty as a tool for mental sanity.
Mm-hmm.
And I would use my beauty routine to really envision what kind of life I wanted and where I wanted to live and how I wanted to act and how I wanted to look. And there's a power to it. And science actually proves now that the way you speak to yourself, words are so powerful that if you speak to water in an ugly, negative way, the water under a microscope looks fractioned and like ugly and sharp. And if you speak to it beautifully, it like has all these like beautiful curves and looks like a flower. And words are so powerful. So if you can use your beauty routine to manipulate your mind, it's very, very powerful. That's what the Egyptians used to do.
That's such
They
an
used to take
interesting
these baths
concept.
and all these rituals. They were literally rituals to help elevate their minds to become more spiritual. So that was my agenda.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah. There's a power to it.
So, okay, you're a woman in business. We deal with challenges from male counterparts, and you talk about beauty so much. And I think that men have just been getting in our business a lot lately, just
Mhm.
talking about hair and appearance and all this other stuff. Um, just being Liz, a wife, a mother. Do you ever want to just take a break from it all?
Yeah, I was just bitching about it to my boyfriend this morning. I was like, I'm exhausted. I feel like I have 4 jobs and I feel like I need a more proper setup. But
What does proper mean to you?
I want to be able to show up and do what I do best without having to worry about like operations and
Mhm.
all the things that I'm not talented at. I think what people, especially what women, make the mistake of is trying to be good at everything when we're not. I think it's important to focus on what you're talented at and have other people delegate the things that you're not good at.
Okay. So what does a break look like to you?
Well, I'm going to Miami in a week for a week.
Uh-huh.
And there's not 1 ounce of work allowed to be done on that trip. So
Good.
that'll definitely be a good break.
Miami in a week. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say what it is. But, so, esthetician.
Mhm.
Your skin looked beautiful.
Thank you.
Why would someone go to an esthetician versus a dermatologist?
It's a great question. Estheticians are your monthly oil checkups and cleanouts, if you
Okay.
will.
Good analogy.
Dermatologist is your yearly wake up call. You need your oil change and then you need your yearly annual analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And dermatologists, they do the body checkups from head to toe. They
Yep.
scan you for moles. They scan you for any sort of skin tags, these types of things. Whereas an esthetician, that is your monthly or every 2 or 3 months, that's your oil change.
So, how are you seeing your clients being introduced into estheticians and not derms, more estheticians? I'll tell you that my first time, my first experience to an esthetician, I was about 26 years old.
Mhm.
So how are your clients being introduced to you?
So I don't practice anymore physically with clients. I completely converted everything to digital education and my product. But I find that a lot of estheticians are found via word of mouth or social media. And that's why if you're not on social media, I don't care what you do. If you're an esthetician, my mom's a teacher. I was like, get on social media and start teaching parents how to educate their kids faster, quicker, tips, tricks. I think social media is if you're not taking advantage of it, it's free. It's literally free marketing. And I think it's something that everyone should tap into.
All right, Miss Businesswoman. Beauty magnet.
Liz.
Yes.
So you have beauty, you TV, and you have your own company. So with Beauty Magnet, tell us, did you always have a desire to have your own company when you went to school? Like, what did you go to school for?
I went to school for communications. The only class I ever got an A in was public speaking. So nothing has changed. Literally nothing. I hated math. I still do. I have people handle all the numbers. I joke that I like couldn't even pass nursing algebra. I always I like scanning the market and seeing what's missing and plugging the holes. The reason I created Beauty Magnet was because I realized that I, amongst other women, are constantly looking for our tweezers, our rollers. By the time we find it, it's wrapped in hair, dirt, bacteria. And we're always looking for things. It's crazy. Like, we're always looking for stuff. Why are we always looking for things? Like, why is it not just in one place? And I was like, okay, if there's a Swiss Army knife for men, why is there not a Swiss Army knife for women where it's all of our tools in one? So it's one of those things that you don't know you need it until you see it, type thing, like a lint shaver for your couch. It's like kind of, I'm like, oh wait, I actually need this because my couch is expensive, but it has wear and tear.
Yeah.
The Beauty Magnet.
I don't have one of those. I don't have one.
That might not have been the best example, but I love my lint shaver. It's so weird. Or like for clothes, you know? But I put 5 of the most commonly used skincare tools: tweezers, blackhead remover, eye serum roller. It's like 100% metal tip to depuff the eye area, a jade roller, and a microneedling roller, the tiny, tiny needles that help penetrate skincare deeper. And then I magnetized the base. So I patented the design of it and then the trademark. And the reason I love it is because whether I'm going away for a weekend or I'm traveling or my bathroom is small or you live in a college dorm, it's like your little secret weapon all in one. I wouldn't say it's a brand necessarily. Like Black Girl Sunscreen is a brand. It has multiple SKUs. This is a hero product.
But that's okay. You start with one hero and then you expand.
Yeah.
Micro needling. I'm about to get some done for the first time.
So good.
What should I expect?
Um,
Do you know?
It's not painful. A lot of people get nervous. I just got it done 2 weeks ago. I get it done all the time. I like microneedling and radio frequency for tightening. So it's all the needles and a lot of heat. So I love it. And it's also great for darker skin types because it's not pigment picking up. It's needles plus heat. So it's just basically telling your body to create more collagen and then tightening simultaneously. So it's great for all skin types. I'm obsessed with it.
Oh.
But
Am I going to get addicted?
yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, you look a little crazy, not even because you're darker. You're not even gonna see all the redness and the grossness.
But the dermatologist told me I was going to look crazy. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it when I have some downtime.
Yeah.
She said, week and a half. I said, okay. So when you say crazy, let's define crazy. Skin peeling or what?
I mean, if you get it done on a Thursday, by Monday, you're gonna get like a little crusty. It's gonna look kind of like little scabby dots, but you're not even gonna look red. So you can cover it up with makeup. It's really not that big of a deal, I don't think. But I also walked out of my house after like
Please share.
I'm like, I don't care. It's LA. Like who,
Please share. Go. You don't have to preface it.
You go to Beverly Hills or Dubai and girls are walking around with the nose cast on their face and no one cares. They're eating salad, like who cares?
Because they just got some type of
they got surgery. Like, does anyone really care? Everyone gets stuff done. So for me, I'm kind of just like, okay, hey, by the way, I got something done on my face. Like my boyfriend got, he'd probably kill me if I said this, but he got his hair done because his hair was starting to thin a little bit.
He got some plugs?
Yeah, he got some plugs. And we...
quick question. Did he do it domestically or internationally?
Here in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, with Dr. Craig Ziering. He's like #1 for... And a lot of women go to him too. The Kardashians supposedly have been to him too.
Okay.
For their hairline. I mean, they all have great hairlines and...
It's like almost like a perfect hairline.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's literally perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so where did he get the implants? You tell a story.
So he... So he like walked into services, like into synagogue on Saturday. I was like, you're not ashamed a little bit? You've got like blood scabs on your forehead. He goes, you walk around like that. And I was like, you know what? Touche. I just thought I thought guys would be more sensitive about it, you know? And he was rocking it. I was like, whatever. I mean, he's a good looking guy. So he's just like, I don't care. Like, people are going to notice the difference eventually. I was like, you know what? That's cool. Like,
Well,
it's just
he's
normal
taking
now.
them through the journey with him. Really,
He said, I'm not hiding out at home while I recover from this.
or put on a hat.
Or put on a hat.
I'm gonna pray.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray. Stick with God and look hot. Those should be life rules. That's the new life rules.
Listen, we were just talking about hair implants earlier, and just talking about them being on the rise, and if men want to get them done versus not. And someone made a comment like, "Hey, hair plugs are saving careers."
Yeah, no, they are. They're saving. And no one's aging. It's weird.
It
People
is
aren't
weird.
aging.
Because
And now with the stem cells underneath the eyes, I'm like, holy shit. No
Ooh,
one's
tell
gonna
us
age.
more.
Oh God, my girlfriend just came back from Korea and she was like, there's something new. I was like, what? Stem cells. Stem cells plus salmon sperm.
Okay.
Injections under the eyes.
Uh-huh.
It's all rejuvenating because it's not filler. It's not fake. It's crazy. It's all rejuvenating things.
So does it take away the wrinkle, the like the bags,
Everything.
dark
everything.
circles?
the dark circles.
I think filler is going to be completely dead in like
if the salmon sperm
5 to
comes
10
over here
years.
from Korea?
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
cost on that?
There it's cheaper. Here you're looking at probably like 500,
Uh-huh.
6, something like that, depending on like the office and where it's at. But stem cells,
Interesting.
that's the future. No one's gonna age. It's gonna be crazy.
What are the most expensive procedures are you seeing done to the face?
Probably still when it comes to like chemical peels, not as expensive as lasers. Like the Moxie laser, Ben Talley in Beverly Hills, he's charging like $2,000 a pop, but that's because he
I
can.
don't even know what that is. I don't know what you said.
Moxie. So Moxie is laser plus radio frequency. A lot of people are doing like a 2-for-1, like killing two birds with one stone, like laser and micro needling, or laser plus heat frequency, like just 2 at the same time in one machine.
Okay.
So you're getting that tightening plus either the needles or the laser pulling the pigment up and out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's about 2,000. So how many sessions you need?
I mean, everything's about consistency. So initially, whenever you do a chemical peel or a laser, no matter who you are, no matter what you're getting done, everything should always start with 3. You should do 3 of whatever you're doing, space it out. Your doctor or esthetician or nurse will tell you what's appropriate. And then you want to keep up like once every 6 months. I'm a little more aggressive. I do a laser like once every 3 months because in Asia, you walk out of the subway and they're doing lasers and chemical peels like you're getting your nails done. It's super casual.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's so crazy. Like lasers aren't lasers over there. It's like, oh yeah, you're getting your cuticles cut.
What do you think about face symmetry?
Well, I mean, if you ask a plastic surgeon or someone in science, symmetry is what's considered or deemed to be beautiful. I kind of like a not so perfectly symmetrical face. I think there's perfection and imperfection. You know, I don't know. Everyone has a different definition of beauty, but I think when something's too symmetrical or too perfect, it can be just too perfect.
Yeah.
I asked to get mine done.
Did you?
Yeah.
Facial balancing, yeah, well, that's what they do.
Are you going to do it?
She said no.
You don't need it.
Oh, well, that's what she said. I get to determine what I need or not.
When
True.
a doctor, nurse, or esthetician looks at your face, their agenda is always harmony and balance. A good practitioner, they look at your face and they just want harmony and balance.
I just had a facial and she remarked, she's like, oh, you have great skin. Thank you. And then she says, oh, would you like a chemical peel? Why? But I have great skin. Why would I want a chemical
Maintenance.
peel?
Yeah.
Maintenance.
And I've never had one before. And that's what I told
They're
her. I've
spicy.
never had one before.
Did you?
I'm terrified
Did that
of
word?
them.
It's the word
Yes.
chemical that freaks people out.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And I did not do it. I said, just give me the facial.
If you get a PRX chemical peel, it's clear. You don't peel. I mean, the science and the technology is getting wild. PRX peels are crazy. You don't peel and it's clear.
I've had one done, Francis.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The PRX that she's mentioning, or
No,
just a regular,
just a chemical peel. Yeah.
So how was it?
It was interesting. It's spicy.
Mhm.
But I did feel like my skin was popping.
Mhm.
Yeah.
After it, you do look crazy.
Mhm.
Because it starts to peel and you move on.
There's levels to it
Yeah.
though. You can do a glycolic peel. That's like a baby peel that I did when I was pregnant. That's like 5%. Nothing really happens. It's like a light exfoliation. There's levels
I
to
probably
it.
do the baby.
Start slow.
I don't know.
Start slow.
This
Yeah.
is the Hollywood in us, right? So like, I also was like younger too, living in New York and then being in Miami. I wasn't so open to having things done. Because it was just, again, taboo. I use that word twice today. But it was just like, why can't you just let your natural beauty be whatever that is? But if you can enhance your natural beauty, then why not? So I am so open to procedures. People keep telling me, don't mess with your face, don't mess with your face. I'm just like, yeah, but it's a minor one. And then I get it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. And it's like massages or anything that you haven't been introduced to, but now you're not doing. And if you feel good about it, then why not? I think where it gets fuzzy is you may think you look good, and then other people start to judge you and say like, oh, you've gone overboard. But my take on that is like, you don't get to determine if I've gone overboard if I'm happy with myself.
Correct. Also, I think people who have addictive personalities, they need to be cautious of these things. That's not discussed enough. Like, I think people who have addiction tendencies in general need to be weary of how they move through life because they can get addicted to those things. And you do need friends to be like, be like, hey, I love you.
To
I'm
tell
a
you
little
what's up.
concerned. Yeah. But beauty is a very personal thing. And people love beautiful things. We love beautiful homes. We love beautiful vacations. It shouldn't be a negative thing.
So how do you use sunscreen to keep you beautiful?
I am an SPF freak. I use a spray. I use a physical. I usually have like a little baby physical one, like a little clear container in my purse that I can just rub on my arms. And then I like to use like a Kula spray as a setting spray.
Not you dropping other
base.
brands on the show.
I know.
We're going to edit that out.
I always will keep whether it's yours or I'll just put anything in like those little clear jars and then I'll throw it in my purse. But I like physical and I like a spray. You'll probably, if you see me out in the wild in the streets of Beverly Hills, you'll see me probably applying something at one point or another because SPF is the number one aging beautifully product. I hate the word anti-aging. I actually think I look better at my age now than I did in my 20s. If you want to age beautifully, you need SPF. That's it. More than any other product.
Say it again, Liz.
If you want to age beautifully, you need to use an SPF over retinol, over vitamin C. I don't care what you're using. If you're not using SPF, nothing else matters. And not plugging this brand because she's my friend and because I actually like it, but non-scented. You want to go for something non-scented because it also starts to compete with other fragrances. But scented SPF can really irritate sensitive skin, whether you're white, whether you're black, whatever your background is. If you are sensitive, you don't want fragrance in your SPF because it's competing with all the other ingredients in your skincare.
Listen, I appreciated that sermon there. So no, but we need more advocates. Not in terms of like Black girl sunscreen, but in the sense of talking about the importance of SPF because there's so many of us that are just forget or only use it on vacation or outdoors.
But even more importantly, I have so many girlfriends that are darker. They're like, oh, I don't need sunscreen because I have a lot of melanin in my skin. I'm like, no. There's so many misconceptions around melanin and SPF, not to mention that when you have a darker skin type, you pigment easier if you pick at your skin. And we are all guilty at picking at our skin. And if you have a darker skin type and you're sitting there and you're picking at your skin, you are going to pigment easier. And if you're not wearing SPF, it's going to make it worse because the sun's hitting that pigment and it's going to keep coming out because that's damaged melanin.
Sermon part 2. Let's go. Let's go.
And
I get so frustrated by this because I'm like, who told everyone that? Most women don't know.
No
that
one
in
told
Africa,
anyone.
No.
They used to use mud as SPF. because they didn't have SPF.
Yeah, we talk about that. We talk.
I
about
feel like
it.
people don't know this. I'm like, they protected their skin. You have to protect your skin. It's your largest organ.
Facts.
Liz, we're gonna play a game with you because you're too fun.
Let's go.
I'm really happy I met you.
I'm so happy I met you.
Okay. So it's a skin edition, right? Skin edition, I think. Yep, skin edition.
In addition.
This or that. So whatever comes first to mind.
Okay.
I have hard words, but benzoyl peroxide or salicylic.
Salicylic.
There you go. Salicylic
Um,
acid.
I'm gonna go with salicylic because it's kinder to the skin. I like both, but I like salicylic because it's a little kinder. It's a little nicer.
Okay. Collagen or retinol?
Retinol, because retinol forces the skin to create more collagen because it increases cell turnover.
Laser or chemical peel.
Depends on the skin type.
Yours.
Depends on the season.
If
I'm
you're like,
damn.
well, let's go into it. So if it's a little bit like more moist outside or like drier outside, or is that what you mean by season?
Well, summer, I wouldn't, with my skin type, I wouldn't do a chemical peel or a laser because my pigment's going to come out like crazy. Chemical peel for less downtime, depending on the strength. If I have a good amount of downtime or I just don't care, if I don't have to be on camera, whatever, laser all the way.
Okay. So you kind of touched on this earlier, but of the two, which do you prefer? Lotion sunscreen or spray on sunscreen?
I'd always prefer physical because it covers better.
I don't know if
is
that
like-
was an option,
It wasn't.
but,
It's either,
but she gave it to us.
Yeah,
She did.
physical, like you physically can move it around better than a spray. A spray's not as targeted.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I like.
Lightweight moisturizer gel or thick, rich, and creamy.
Depends on the skin type.
Yours.
I have combo. So in the summer, I want a gel. In the winter, I need something rich.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oil cleanser or makeup removing wipes?
I have a severe hate for makeup removing wipes. If you are listening to the show or if you like this brand, please respect the people behind Skin and stop using a makeup wipe. It pulls at the skin. It never cleanses the way it truly should. Makeup wipes should be banned. And they're really bad for the environment. So
I'm laughing because the adamant and the passion.
She's coming through with all the facts today.
yeah, I mean, makeup wipes are, it's just not,
I mean, but
unless you're like really drunk and you're like desperate.
Wait.
That's it. That's the
This is
only
true.
time it's appropriate.
You're reaching for the blue packet. We're not gonna drop brands,
Yep.
but the blue packet just to pull it out to
The blue packet
yeah,
is for
everywhere.
drunk emergencies only.
Okay, do you have some?
Never.
Okay,
I guess
Never.
I got to get rid of my blue
I
packet.
I could literally have gone out till 2 a.m. or I could have committed a crime and I will still do my skincare routine.
no, that's right. So you're not sleeping in your makeup.
No, never.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Never. I always double cleanse first with an oil and then second with the cleanser that's appropriate for whatever time of year it is.
Double cleansing.
Always.
Okay, sleeping mask or serum.
Two different needs. I love Korean sleeping masks though. Like a good Korean collagen sheet mask is amazing.
I slept with one last night.
Yeah, they work. They work.
I haven't used any
And then I put my light on my
ever.
fence.
They work.
My face this morning while my dogs were eating, walking around the house looking crazy.
And then if
They're
you
so-
ice roll in the
they're
morning
so
on top of
afraid.
that mask,
I didn't know that,
oh, it's the
but I
best.
will.
I've not used a mask at all.
Like never ever,
Never ever.
never ever.
Never
The
ever.
we're
Korean
not-
ones are amazing.
Never ever.
You have to start using them. They're great.
Okay. Last one. Drugstore beauty brands. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Drugstore beauty brands or high-end luxury brands.
I grew up with drugstore. I still tell my audience all the time, one of my favorite products is a Garnier Vitamin C and SPF 30. It's $8. It goes on really beautifully. I will forever love drugstore. I'm a drugstore girl for life, but I also love bougie products too. So there's a time and a place. And if you can afford it and it makes you feel good, go for it. But I used to take an $8 product as a kid and stretch it for like 3 months. So I still really appreciate it.
Yeah. Love it. Liz, what is next for you?
What is next for me? God willing, got greenlit for a show called Skin in the Game. It
Okay.
follows me and a few other women in the skincare space and their careers, which would be really, really amazing.
Reality?
Yes,
But
but
not
no,
scripted.
but no fighting, no ugly drama.
Well, I mean,
that was not. I said
I
absolutely.
do
I'm not
see it
doing
in you,
that.
though.
No, I do not fight with women. I do not like arguing with women. It is not.
But what is
interesting
just
to me.
about like having a healthy debate on skin?
Healthy debates on skin, healthy debates on politics, healthy
Yeah.
debates in general are great, but the reality TV shows where like everyone's fighting and throwing things at each other, it's not for me. It's like
Same.
it'll like I can't sleep at night with that stuff.
Are you able
I'm
to share
Cancer.
what?
I'm sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Very.
If someone
Share what
doesn't like
network?
me or I hurt their feelings, I like literally lose sleep over it. Like
Oh.
it makes me so upset.
Yeah.
But
Are you able to share what network?
we don't know yet.
Okay.
We don't know yet. And then
When
I
do you
really
start?
want to. That
Sorry.
also we don't know. With TV, it's like they're like we're good to go, and they're like, all right, we'll start in a month, and then it's been a month, and they're like, okay, it's now 3 months later. So you never know, but God willing, that goes through.
Okay.
And then I really want to focus on social more. I got a little lazy with it during trying to sell. I'm in the process of trying to sell my patent with the tool because I really want to focus on the show and social media. And my team and I actually want to start a speaking tour about magnetism and how to use beauty to manipulate your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And my background's public speaking, and it's what I'm most passionate about. And I really want to help women elevate themselves and use beauty as a tool and not just something that you slap on your face. And there's techniques and there's ways to do it that are actually scientifically proven. So my agenda has always been and always will be to help women not just aesthetically elevate, but mentally.
I'm looking forward to all of those things.
Yeah.
Liz, thank you so much for giving us your time.
You girls are the best. Thank you so
And
much.
You're welcome, and being a beautiful soul. So you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay. Bye.
Get some black girl sunscreen. You don't gotta dodge them sunbeams. Just put on your black girl sunscreen. Ay, black don't crack a dozen. Black people get sunburned too.